to look at the key of C. I'm going to show you 5 or 6 licks that you should learn verbatim, but also some general ideas to get you improvising and soloing in the key of C and sounding great. We've already done the key of G, so we'll put the link in the description to that lesson, as well as our other social networks in my email if you want some one-on-one lessons. But besides G, what key should we do next? With new ukulele tutorials every Wednesday and Saturday, guitar on Monday, hit subscribe if you like this kind of content. Printable tabs by becoming a Patreon, links in the notes. Let's do it. Grab the ukulele brain attention span, follow me on in, and let's break it down. All right, so we got our clean tone, and everything is in tune. I play this ukulele a lot in some open tunings with the slide, so I might have to occasionally retune it during the lesson. But we have a clean tone, and we're going to break it down. We're jamming in the key of C, and when you're jamming in the key of C, you're primarily going to use the C minor pentatonic for C blues. So let's go ahead and take a look at those shapes. This does have a low G, so if you have a low G, great. If you have a high G, no worries. 4 of the 5 licks don't even use the G string. And then the one that does, if you have a high G, it's still going to sound great. So let's take a look at those shapes. C minor pentatonic, but we're also going to add the flat fifth, making it a C blues scale, is 0-3, 0-3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3. With the second fret of the E string being the note that changes it from C minor to C blues. Open C is your root, your principal resolution. You also have a C on the third fret of the A string. Moving from there, you go right into shape number 1. Three, 5, 3, 5, 6, the blue note, the flat fifth, 3, 6, 3, 6. A new C note here on the fifth, and of course, that one right there. Then we go into shape number 2. Five, 8, 5, 6, 7. 6 is our blue note, or flat fifth, not the blue note, flat fifth. They're a little different. 6, 8, 6, 8. A new C note right here on the 8th fret of the E string. Now you can mix this with the C major scale over the 1 chord. So we want to look at C major shape 1, 0-2, 0-2, 0-3, 0-3. And shape number 2, which would be 2-5, 2-4, 3-5, 3-5. Okay, so those are primarily what I'm using when I'm jamming this. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at some licks. So let's go ahead and just jump into the first lick. All right, first lick sounds like this. Here we go. 3, 6, 5. And it's this cool, like note skipping triplet. Triple, doot, doot. And we're going to play the 3rd fret 2 times, doot, doot. Then 6, slide to 8. This is shape 1 and 2 of the minor, and this C note here is how we're resolving it. So you can feel free to mix this lick up any way you want when you're jamming in it. Just know that when you resolve on this C note, it's going to sound great over both the 1 chord and the 4 chord. Because the 4 chord in the key of C is F, F, A, C, E flat. They both have a C note. That's something really important to note. Your root note in your blues is going to sound amazing over the 1 chord and the 4 chord. So if you're kind of searching for a place to end your lick, and you're in C, just try to find a C note, and it's going to sound great over every single chord except the 5 chord, the G. All right, lick number 2. I call this lick the Little Wing lick because it is inspired by the first phrase of Little Wing. You're going to bend 6, and you want it to bend up to 8. This is a great bend because we're bending from shape number 1 up to the root note. So in C, I'm bending into a C note. Really, really nice. I'm going to hold that for 2 beats. 1, 2, then on the third beat, I'm going to bend up to the 8 and right back down. Hit the third note, and then I'm going to hit it one more time and smash into the 6th fret. And then go right back to 3. Now this 3 is a G note. The G note sounds great over your 1 chord and your 5 chord. Your C7 has a G note, and of course your G7 also has a G note. So you can use this lick over the 1 and the 5. And the reason we're talking jamming is we're talking improvisation, which means you can use this point of resolution, meaning the last note you play in your lick. When you're jamming, the most important note you play isn't the first one, it's actually the last one, because that's the one that rings out. And ideally, you want that note to be both the note you're playing and you want it to be a note in the underlining chord. So this blues in C has C7, F7, and G7. And this note sounds great over the C and the G. So you're just aiming for that one. That also means you can use any of these notes and these scales we've talked about, and as long as you land on that note, it's going to sound absolutely fantastic over those 2 chords. Okay, so this lick one more time. Love it. Go listen to the solo for Little Wing if you want to really hear Jimmy play that lovely phrase. Okay, our next lick, this one's inspired by T-Bone Walker. T-Bone Walker and Charlie Christian were like the first 2 electric guitar superstars. Charlie was the jazz guy, T-Bone was the blues guy. I love T-Bone Walker. So this lick sounds like this. So good. Note, we're not playing on the 1. We start on the and. It's 1 and 2. That's a classic T-Bone trick. You don't have to start on the 1 by starting on the offbeat. It gives it just a little extra movement that sounds amazing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. All 8th notes. And when we go 6, we're in the minor scale. 5, we're in the major scale. 3 is minor. 4 is major. So it's like minor, major, both, minor, major, both, major, both, major, C note. A great resolution, right? Actually, I think I played it wrong that time. I think I added an extra note, but that doesn't really matter because when you're jamming, you want to get these licks verbatim, but then you also want to experiment. Play a note, take away a note, make them your own, right? And what I'm doing too is I'm adding swing, meaning they're 8th notes, but they're not that robotic, right? All right. All right, shape number 2 of the minor pentatonic, the only lick that we have that has 16th notes as well. Okay, 6, 7, or 6, 8, 7 triplets. Land on the 6 here on the second beat, and then we go into eighths from the triplets. We're going to go 6 to the 8th fret. Up to 6 here. 7 into the major scale for just a second. 8, 6, 8. And those are triplets. You can hammer 6 to 7 if you want. Give it a little more speed. Very cool lick. Love it. All right, last lick. This is the turnaround lick. You would play this over bars number 9 and 10, and they're just arpeggios. So the first one sounds like this. 4, 7, 5, 7, down to 7 on the E, and back up to 7. B note, major 3rd. D note, 5th. F note, flat 7. G, the root. All 4 notes of a G7 chord. And this is just another B. Take that same idea and subtract 2 frets, and it makes an F7 chord. A, the major 3rd, C, the 5th, E flat, the flat 7, F, the root, add another A, and then back to F. Now this isn't a turnaround lesson. I'll go ahead and link some more turnarounds and see if you want to check it out. But let's go ahead and just add one turnaround to this so you can hear what that would sound like. So what I'm doing there is I'm playing the open C, and I'm coming up 7, 7, 6, 6, 5, 5, 3, hammer 4. Then go ahead and grab the 3rd fret of the A right there. Then F, G flat, G. Back in the top. Having a C shuffle also really helps. So I'll go ahead and link the C shuffle lesson up there too. So that way you have some rhythm to play on top of all this. ese, ute, otolte, ukle, ernle, oited. I guess I can't speak pig Latin. Thank you so much for learning with us. Keep on rocking and rolling. Keep on jamming. C is a great key. Check out Jammin' in G and let us know what key we should do next. Have a lovely day. Life is good. Mahalo, my friends. Until the next time.